James Polk reporting here live from PraxisProfessional.com studios. I do need to rework my bookshelf. I just kind of have my practical books and some files and some things I use on a daily basis behind me. So, some vitamins right there. These vitamins from Walmart. My scissors. Great, great political theories, volume 1 and 2. My grandfather, newspaper editors, 2-volume dictionary set. He was a USC literature major, and then he walked right into the family business. His mom, our great grandma, Doreen Appleby Harnish, owned the newspaper in Claremont, and they built the Pepperdine Law Library and several other buildings around the state. She married the president of the California Architectural Society, and that's J. Dewey Harnish. He built a whole ton of different hospitals. I think their name is on the service entrance to the Wild Animal Park, the Enrichment Center here in Escondido at the Palomar Family YMCA. My grandpa's name's at Palomar College. He donated a bunch of money to the library there. If you go upstairs, the little list of donors, he's on the top. His last name started with A. I don't know that he donated the most or the least, but he was a literary individual, and I inherited a bunch of his books. I have them in different stacks and in different boxes. The family donated a lot of them. I didn't get a chance to go through them all. I don't think they wanted me to have his entire literature legacy, which is fine because he's a person who ran a newspaper and that's for the public. And so my little brother brings it up, and it's true, he did have a commitment to people's right to know. My brother and I don't have the same political views, but I think we have a very similar respect for our grandpa. And my brother's a nice guy. We differ on some politics, but Praxis Professional, I'm very conservative. It is a growing non-governmental organization geared to help people who need to do paralegal work after paralegal training to get some volunteer hours for their resumes to help you get a full-time paid job. I went right into being a bonded and registered legal document assistant when I finished paralegal training, and I started buying small claims judgments. I worked on small claims and enforcement of judgment legal document assistance, and then I got into doing contract paralegal work, which just means outsourced, where you're doing work that an attorney asks you as a separate business entity to do. So as a separate business entity, we can find clients who want to hire an attorney, introduce them to an attorney, and if the attorney offers to be the attorney and the client takes them up on the offer, they can do that, and we can then be given paralegal work to do. So that's my basic business model. It's called running and capping, though, if you are a law firm or an attorney's direct employee. So that's what I am not. I operate a business. It's called Apex Law Service, and we are doing business as Praxis Professional. Here's our little postcard, praxisprofessional.com. You can see the same image on the website. I'm trying to make it more and more clear. We have a 2-sentence mission statement. So me, having studied religion in college, and been a youth minister and having gotten into working with at-risk youth who are on juvenile probation, at-risk populations are also at risk for other things than just the direct thing when kids are on juvenile probation is any number of issues that they have, or things that have gotten them involved in the juvenile justice system. I was doing community service with kids as a Young Life area director. We adopted a street in the city of Victorville, and then I just pick up rubbish on the side of the road with them. We had our little vests and our little gripper sticks and stuff. It was fun. And I'd sign off on their community service hours. That was a Young Life area that my friends and I started in the Mojave High Desert. It didn't stay going, but there's a new Young Life area further up in the Mojave Desert that is now called Young Life High Desert. We were Young Life High Desert. CA 553 was our area number. I'm not sure if they are also still CA 553, but they're Young Life High Desert. It could be an organizational thing. They could have kept the number, maybe not. I don't know. It's kind of cool though to see it happening again with the same name. I think it happened 3 other times before us though. Is what it was. Is that groups like that are, you can get some energy going into it. Like me, I was doing a lot of work with just a group of like 10 boys doing community service. I went into juvenile probation and gave a letter and said, hey, send me all the single mothers whose kids are on juvenile probation. No, I said, give my contact number to the parents of the kids on juvenile probation. They happen to be single mothers half the time, which I wasn't thinking anything about it. It just is humorous. But um, I started picking up trash and signing off on hours, and it was cool. I didn't find donors, and that's a difficult thing. So part of our um, organizational commitment is to help churches, and then to find corporate support, and then to do litigation support when there's people who have been victims of crimes and they want to pursue going through biblical counseling, conservative biblical counseling. Um, I'm not initially as a first step, always a proponent of going straight to psychology and psychiatry. I think people have a big set of issues that can be dealt with on the worldview level. That philosophically, there's so many worldview choices out there that people kind of have an amalgamation of different things they've seen in TV and entertainment, and they don't have a unified principle. And I think that's something that has caused a lot of problems in our country, and that's what the conservative Christian message of the gospel of Christ really does for people. And so I working to give people that option. But we are also primarily doing paralegal work, and there are different types of lawsuits and legal situations that people who have been crime victims and specifically sex trafficking victims need an attorney to work on. So we are recruiting people who have law licenses who want to do pro bono work and take some of these rescued victims. We have different rescue groups who they have growing lists of people who always back and forth, up and down, cyclically. They need things. They'll even get in a further some trouble later. They've been victimized. They have different emotional issues that just lead them back into maybe alcohol and drug use or something else. It's criminal defense a portion of the time, and we always want to have a mind for encouraging people to pursue therapeutic avenues. So this is my 2 sentence mission statement. It is something I crafted to keep from giving you an 8-minute video before reading a 2 sentence statement. It's this: fighting for sex trafficking victims by coordinating volunteers to do paralegal work, and OSINT, which is open source intelligence for assisting private investigators who seek out where missing kids are. Um, and providing corporate support to advocate for conservative biblical counseling for victims and at risk people. So that's what this little postcard has on it. I'm little by little getting them in people's field of vision, asking people if they want to volunteer, connecting people to other people. We have email addresses at praxisprofessional.com, and we have a Discord though on the website. You can sign up. Um, yeah, you can sign up, and we just do like little conversational training in there, and then from there we figure out who wants to do some work that isn't yet confidential, just research work on a topic. We have one type of email that is less expensive and it's not HIPAA compliant. If you are going to work on a law case underneath an attorney directly, and have sufficient paralegal training and experience, we have HIPAA compliant email addresses. So we need all kinds of volunteers. If you're interested just in helping us hand out a couple postcards, I can send you a couple. I can talk with anybody you want me to in any school system, any minister, any probation organization, law enforcement, anybody who finds this interesting, anybody wanting to pursue a law career. I know there's police explorer programs and cadet type programs. We always want to talk with younger people too to help them see some of the ways that they can work to prevent and fight sex trafficking and to help at risk people to keep from becoming victims in the first place. That's one of the things that happens is people get stigmatized. They feel a little outcast from society. Years later, looking back, they realize they were only being chided by people who cared about them. But like, we just had to be aware. People are very sensitive, even though it might seem like people have these really rough exteriors and armor and like really aggressive. They're kind of actually just being sensitive. And so you can volunteer in different ways to help people. PraxisProfessional.com is the website. We have a lot of different people we can introduce you to and ways we can help you get plugged in. And I'll take suggestions even for a new studio backdrop. I don't know what it's going to become. I like my stack of books. Maybe I need a better camera setup and one of those donut lights, right? So that I'm not just like here. What I do is I aim my desk lamp away from my face so I don't not just like a beam of light. Alrighty, check out the website. Drop us a line. Thank you for listening.